Good Thursday morning, everybody. Red Sox collector Dan McGraw here. Happy New Year's Eve. Um, Definitely going to be a different New Year's Eve for a lot of people. Not quite as much socializing as expected because of coronavirus, but for me, that doesn't really change anything. Since I've been in my late 20s, I really haven't been a go out on New Year's Eve kind of person, and my wife is the same way. And with a 6 year old, it's hard to find a babysitter, and we're content just spending the day at home, spending the night at home, just having a quiet evening. Probably going to bed early. Neither of us plan on staying up late. I've been binging an older show that I've become very interested in, and it's definitely my kind of show, Arrested Development. I've been binging that on Netflix lately, and I'm really enjoying that. I tend to end up watching several episodes a night because they're only 30-minute episodes, so I like that. I don't like the hour-long episodes. It's easier to complete an episode if you want to stop at a certain point and not kind of forget where you left off. So that's probably going to be my plan for tonight. Today's video, I wanted to focus on my 2021 collecting goals. Now, with the new year, um, everybody tends to make, not everybody, but a lot of people tend to make New Year's resolutions. Well, I can't keep a New Year's resolution to save my life. But if I am going to keep something or come close to keep something, it's probably going to have something to do with my collection. So, um, not a lot of specifics here, but quantity wise and what I'd like to work on maybe in 2021. 2020 has been a very fruitful year for my collection. I cannot lie. Despite the boom in the hobby, I've been able to continue collecting on my budget and been able to pick up some really cool things. The collecting kind of the whole boom in the collecting industry really hasn't affected me directly. Yes, a few things have been a little bit more expensive to get with a little bit more competition, but other than that, I've been able to still get a lot of good deals, add a lot of cool things, and look forward to hopefully doing the same in 2021. So, just a few things that I want to go over as far as goals, numbers wise, perhaps. Just starting with my card collection. Those of you who watch my videos on a regular basis saw that I recently surpassed 28,000 different cards, and I probably have another 250 or so that I've got a catalog. So I'm going to be already about a quarter of the way to 29,000. But it's getting harder to find cards as well. So 2021 issues will be coming out. That always increases the number of cards available. So I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of those cards during the course of 2021. So I've set a modest goal of getting to 29,000 in 2021. I honestly think I'll hit that by summer, and then I can maybe even look at going for 30,000, but 30,000 might be a stretch. So I'm gonna shoot for 29,000. As far as other items in my collection, certified autograph cards I've been picking up a lot, and if you watched the video that I had, the Carlton Fisk 2003 Fleer Fall Classic Auto, I was talking about how those types of cards are starting to get harder and harder to find, and I really think that those types of things, especially Hall of Famers, are going to start picking up steam with collectors that are getting back into it, that kind of get sick of spending $30 on a pack of cards, and they'll say, what else can I get for $30? I can get a nice Hall of Fame autograph, and I can go back 15, 20 years and look for that stuff that's serial numbered, and stuff that you just don't find anymore. So myself personally, I think that would be a good area to get into in the hobby if you're new in the hobby and looking to. And I don't want to talk about investments because I'm not going to be responsible for telling somebody to buy something because I think it's going to go up in value. I just think that coolness wise and scarcity wise, I think those are the types of things that you can get in on and build a collection of. So I think that's going to be more challenging for me moving forward. I'm going to be looking to add probably another 50 certified autograph cards. When I say 50, I mean certified autograph cards of Hall of Famers or stars or guys that had an impact in their Red Sox career. I have, as most of you know who watch me, I have my certified autographs of guys that never really made it or didn't have very long careers in a binder, and then I keep the other ones in my cases. So that's when I say 50, I'm talking for the cases. And at one a week, I think I can probably attain that. Some of them I get for a couple bucks, and some of them, depending on the card, I'll spend up to 40 or 50, depending on the player, depending on the card. So I'm looking for 50 of those. The binder ones is just I pick them up where I see them cheap. I don't necessarily have a goal for those. I'd like to get back into my autograph photos. I've actually didn't get a whole lot this year, but I got a lot lately. I got those Sox Fest 94 photos, and then the same person is offering another batch of about 12 or 13 different between players and coaches. That I'm hopefully going to be able to get all of those too. Those are going to be ending in the middle of the week next week, I believe. And then I've got 3 that are still en route to me that I bought like a month ago, and then I picked up the John Marzano the other day, and I picked up some Hall of Famers a few weeks ago. So right now I'm at about 140 or so different players. I'm hoping to get that to 200. I really think that's an attainable goal. I think that I'll get a big chunk of that, like I said, in the next couple weeks. And I think that that's something that you can get them fairly inexpensively. Sometimes you can find them for $3-4 a photo, but then it's $5-6-7 shipping, and it's like I try to find somebody that's got a bunch of them so I can do combined shipping. So that's going to be a goal. I was doing it for a little while in the fall, but have backed off completely. Was through the mail autographs, TTMs. I did have some success with what I sent. Most of them I got back. So I've got a list right in front of me, actually, of some players that are known to sign. So now that I've got my duplicates a little bit more organized, I'm going to start pulling some cards and sending out some TTMs. I think this is a good time of the year to do it. Wintertime, people tend to be a little bit more bored, more at home more, and with COVID, they're going to be home anyway. So I think I'm going to try to shoot for that. I'd like to try to get 25 or so of those sent out in the first couple months of this year and see what happens. I really like to improve that part of my collection as well. Vintage cards. I picked up a lot of really sweet vintage cards this year, and I'm not just talking about commons. I got some nice Joe Cronin's, Bobby Doors, Jimmy Fox's. I finished my 59 Fleer Ted Williams set this year, other than number 68. So I'm really looking to go back and get some, finish some play ball team sets. Obviously not the Ted Williams, unless I get lucky. Goudies, tobacco cards, some more oddball, rare type cards. Even finishing something like my 49 Bowman team set, or at least making a dent in that. That's one team set that I just can't seem to find the cards at a good price point. I guess I'm just going to have to suck it up at this point and start buying them for $12, $13, $14 a card, and just get one here and one there and just get that team set done. And then try to finish off my early 50s Bowman team sets. 52 tops. I'd like to get the non-high numbers that I need anyway. And then try to get some of the high numbers from, I think I need 60, 66, 67, and I think I need a 72 high number still too. So finish off those types of sets and really make a dent in my vintage collection. Try to pick up some cool oddball stuff, photo packs, memorabilia, that type of stuff. Anything I can find that's old and vintage. So I'm going to be shooting for that. Relics, obviously, I'm always adding relic cards. I think 50 is a good goal for next year, possibly more. Sometimes I can get lots, collections. I bought several small lots this year and really increased my collection overall. Obviously, I'd like to get a couple more team signed autograph baseballs if I can, and then some more single signed balls. I've got 3 coming, and I've got a couple auctions that I'm watching right now for some guys you don't see very often. Not stars by no means, but those are the ones that are harder to find. So anytime I can find those types of guys, it's always a good thing. So, because I just collect so much, just general oddball memorabilia, just pick up whatever I can, where I can, when it's cheap. I'd love to be able to find this year the Danbury Mint figures of Kurt Schilling and David Ortiz and Dustin Pedroia. Those are the 3 that I need to complete the set. They're not cheap when you can find them. I'm hoping I can get lucky and find somebody who's got to buy it now, or best offer cheap, and can chip away at those. And then I would like to be able to possibly try to find some of the Canadian starting lineups from 1988 1989. Those have eluded me. They have come down in price when they do show up on auction, so it's just a matter of finding them and getting them, and that's going to be the big thing. So obviously getting any new figures that come out, keeping up on the new publications that come out. the yearbook for 2021, the media guide for 2021. Maybe try to get some vintage media guides to try to plug in some holes there to complete that collection, and just publications in general. I'd like to get my old sporting news magazines displayed a different way. They're nice, and I just kind of have them on a rack, and they're flopping over, and they look terrible. So I may buy some 16 by 20 holders to put those in, just to give them a little rigidity, and so that they look a little bit better. And then obviously getting caught up on everything down here, spreadsheets, want lists, putting stuff where it belongs, giving this place a good cleaning, and then doing a good video. And last but not least, probably getting my duplicates finally together and in order, and getting a list, and trying to work with some other collectors to find things that I need for my collection. It's hard because there's not a ton of stuff that I need as far as cards. It's hard to find people that have duplicates or stuff they're willing to trade. I might be able to help them, but it's hard to find to get stuff in return. So, um, but yeah, those are some of my collecting goals for 2021. Some a little more specific than others. Like I said, there's not a specific. I'm not setting out that this is going to be the year I'm going to get a Cy Young autograph or a Jimmy Fox autograph. Um, yeah, would I love to get those? And if the opportunity presents itself, sure. But I'm not going to set an unrealistic goal that I can't obtain. I think everything I've set forward is very attainable on the budget that I have, and I'll just continue to try to add cool pieces. And I'm going to continue to do videos because I enjoy it, and hopefully some of you enjoy it and watching some of the things that I obtain. So. Also, for my 2021 YouTube goals are again to continue to make videos, continue to meet new people through this medium, and hopefully it'll eventually help me to add some cool stuff to my collection too. People reaching out and saying, "Hey, I got this item. Are you interested?" And so those are my goals. I think they're pretty, like I said, they're modest. They're not anything crazy. Um, I'm not going anywhere in 2021. Neither is my collection. Um, and I hope that I can make some new friends on YouTube. I've made some good friends over the course of 2020. I've been welcomed into the card community, and I appreciate it. And I definitely want to check out more channels and subscribe myself to more channels, and have feedback and get back to maybe doing some care packages for some people. I was sending some out last year and got good feedback on those, and entering contests. And it's just been so busy. I'm hoping work backs off a little bit, where I have a little bit more of an opportunity to do that stuff. So thanks for listening to my spiel. I welcome other people to share their 2021 collecting goals and what their plans are for 2021. And I I do this every year. Kind of, I have a notebook that I write stuff down in, and again, it's never anything really specific. It's how many different photos can I get, and balls, and cards, and magazines, and so I'm going to try to find last year's. I don't know if I kept it or not, because, like I said, I'm terrible at New Year's resolutions. I don't make any personal goals anymore because I find that if I make a goal, I have a really hard time hitting it. If I sometimes just all of a sudden say, all right, I'm going to do this. Let's work on this. Let's chip away at this. I have way better success doing that when it's kind of on the fly. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. A happy new year to everybody out in the community. A safe new year. If you are going out doing something, be safe, be smart. And I look forward to communicating more with all of you in 2021. Thanks for watching and take care.